Mic check, mic check. Are we live?
Oh,
We are
yeah.
live.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are live. All right, all right. Happy Sunday, everybody. Stay tuned.
The ongoing series about the life of the people touched by the love of the Pacific. Here are their stories. This is Highway 54.
What up, crew, family, and
What's
friends?
up?
Hey. What's going on, everybody? This is Highway 54. D3 in the house. DJ Mr. A is back in the house.
Cheers.
And Coach Anthony is coming pretty soon. He's running a little late. My name is DJ Kid Mego. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's been a nice actually week. This is my birthday. If you guys don't know, it's my birthday month.
Go, Shorty.
My birthday is April 19th. I will be 38.
You old. Man.
I'm just joking. Is that believable? Come on, man. Can't be
Yeah.
believe-
You can get away with it.
I think you're 38. Yeah.
We said no raisin, right?
Yeah. I am healing Asian don't raisin. Was it the black don't crack, Asian don't raisin? Yeah.
Oh,
I like that. I use it all the time. Hey, so good week. Just finally really recovering from the root canal. Thanks to Landmark Dentals and Kearney Mesa. Thanks to Mr. A and crew. It was a quite a journey, and
Mr. A was slinging. He was slinging the happy gas.
yeah.
Yeah.
You was.
no lie, bro.
Plus
No
some.
lie, bro. I asked what's her name, Mary. He goes, oh, is am I supposed to fall asleep? No, I'm supposed to make you relax. So, okay, that's cool. I'm chill, right? And I'm numb on one side. And here comes Eric. Hey, you okay? Yeah. You want me to hit it more? I go, fuck yeah.
Here we go.
The doctor was like, hey man, I need you awake, man. I need you awake. I was out like a light. It was so awesome, man. So thank you, Eric and crew. It was a
Man,
great
I'm
experience.
glad we were able to help you out. So
Yeah, great experience. And when I woke up, I made sure, did I feel anything in my butt? Nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, but my mouth was open though.
oh no.
Emotional damage.
Hey Anthony.
Hey.
I feel like, what am I walking into?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
so
new laptop, so I'm just
Oh man.
these settings, right?
Oh, okay, no worries, man. No time. So as you can see, DJ Mr. A here is wearing Toto shirt, and I'm wearing a Journey hat that I got from. So I think it was last week or a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Eric's, hey man, you want to go Journey? I go, fuck yeah, I want to go. One of his coworkers couldn't make it and sold me a ticket. I totally forgot about it. So like a day before, was it Thursday? No, yeah, it was Thursday.
Wednesday. It was Wednesday. The concert was Thursday.
Yes, yeah, it was Wednesday. You told me, and then Thursday I picked up the tickets, $85. Like, oh fuck, we're in the bleeder section, but I'm telling you, man, it was really good. I mean, no one's behind us, really, no one's beside us, and you can hear. They have a big screen, so I picked up the Journey, my first very Journey hat off the wall, last one. Also, a Journey shirt with San Diego right there, 2022 Freedom Tour, and surprise, I didn't know Toto was there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Toto's gonna be the opener.
That's a happy surprise, right? That's
It was.
Yes.
It
So,
was.
like, I saw Toto the shirt, like, oh, whatever, I'm not gonna buy because they're not
Oh,
here.
you didn't know at all, huh?
No, I know, period. Until I saw on the stage Toto. Like, oh shit, they're here. So I picked up Toto. So on the back here it has the dates of San Diego, 2022. So my collection. So I can
That's
knock
how
off
good the
Toto.
sedation was. Because
Yeah.
you were sedated when I told you about the concert.
Oh yeah.
I told you Toto was going to be there, but you have no recollection.
Yeah.
So
So Toto, like literally, no joke, just like the CD.
yeah.
Arnel Pineda, though me and Eric said we didn't agree with the mic sounding,
Yeah.
but there's a few songs, of course, the more popular songs like Don't Stop Believing, Faithfully, other songs. He sounded okay, but some of the songs, it wasn't clear. The
No,
laptop.
their sound wasn't consistent. So we
Yeah.
blamed that on the sound guy.
So you're saying it wasn't Phil Perry that was singing?
No.
No, man.
Steve Perry.
Arnel
left the band
Pineda,
a long time ago.
man. That's 15 years ago.
I'm still stuck on old Sherry when he went solo. My bad. My bad.
All right, in the house we've got Sean the Maker. CD Brown is in the house. CD Guns. Why CD? What does CD mean?
Corey Duffy.
Ah,
Yeah, that's my younger brother.
Gotcha.
He's in Durham, North Carolina right now.
Well, there's CD Brown and CD Guns.
Yeah, CD Brown. That's my cousin. That's my cousin Dwayne. We call him D Money. Saw him yesterday, and we had a family get together yesterday in Delaware. So got to see them, and then Sean the Maker. That's Carla's younger brother, Sean, that we went to go visit out there in Vegas.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the podcast. Like I said, we welcome. We had Kimberly last week, right? Jump on. So
right.
Anytime, guys, we welcome you guys to join us. You got some something to get off your chest. stick out your chest. Say it with the chest.
Yes.
Yeah, we love to have guests on and kind of open up the opinions. So today we've got I've got questions back in the house, Anthony, and I'll have Anthony talk about. Anthony, how is your live stream happening on Wednesdays? How's that going?
That is actually going pretty well. I've been deciding if I'm going to keep it on Wednesdays, mainly because I'm competing with a lot of people's ministries meeting at the same time. Push it to like 8:00.
You can't compete with God, bro.
No.
Yeah.
I might Emotional, damn it. I might have to push it to like 8:00.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little later, but I think I can.
Yeah. I'm at work at that time, but I mean, I try to punch in with my phone, so I forgot my earphones. So one day, if I could, I'll go live on my phone on location while I'm out there and just jump in. I really wanted to jump in and help you out. So
thank you.
it's good. Yeah, just keep it going, and and then I think it's fun as long as you're having fun and people are interacting, and so
yeah, think about
you're
it.
learning. Yeah. Your countdowns are getting better and learning, and so it's great, man. That we're feeding off each other and content. So
taught me a lot, man. Taught me a lot.
Yeah, thank you. No. You got some stuff that I'm not doing, and I got stuff that I've been doing for a while. So it's second nature. All right, so we've got Anthony back in the house. We were supposed to have a market minute. I don't know, Carl. I don't know if you're out there listening, But I'm calling you out now. Carl was having a new segment called Market Minute, and he wanted to just kind of give us a 3-minute update on what's happening in the market. So, all right, so we've got some good news, and I wanted to talk about the biggest news of the week later at the end here is I want to make sure I say her name right, Katanji Brown Jackson or Jackson Johnson. What was it?
Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Is it Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she just got confirmed, right? She got confirmed as the first Black woman ever on the highest court.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll highlight a little bit of her speech, also known as KBJ, and a little bit. She gave a little shout out to Maya Angelou, one of her poems, "Still I Rise," I believe. So we'll talk about that today. All right, and we've got some fun news, oddity news, and all right, we'll keep on going. All right, D3, are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, stand by.
Well, for those that understand me, I'm a highly analytical type of person. I like to think about a lot of things. And one thing I was thinking about was I was thinking about my grandmother and certain things that she would actually cook. And no matter what happened or who came by, she never seemed to run out of food. And every time she would serve a plate or something like that, she would always drop a nugget on you or some type of knowledge or something like that. And it led me to the question of what exactly is soul food to you? Now, if you look at the dictionary or look at Wikipedia or whatever you want to look at and find the definition of it, it states something about African American history, heritage, whether it's in the southern states or being a derivative of certain dishes from West Africa or even other parts of Africa. But what I want to know is, I know a lot of quote unquote soul food is based upon scraps that African Americans only had left over. Now we have a lot of conscious people and people that want to do better as far as their diet is concerned. So those same quote unquote soul foods are taboo now. And there's also a while back, they had a book series called Chicken Soup for the Soul. So that makes me wonder, is soul food really the same for everyone? What do you consider soul food? And if there's a book series called Chicken Soup for the Soul, is chicken soup considered soul food? What is your take on this? I'm D3 and I got questions.
You know what? That's actually a great question. Soul food. I mean, soul food in America, of course, soul food usually referred to the South. General food like fried chicken, and because the movie Soul Food, so we think of that. But typically, if you think about soul food, because we're all culturally diverse, to me, I grew up in the Philippines, I grew up in Japan, I grew up in Guam also. So those 3 types of food, and in Korea too. So 4 of those combined, depending on the dish, I believe that's soul food because I grew up eating kimchi. I grew up eating adobo. I grew up, eating red rice and chicken kelaguin. You know what I'm saying? To me, I like it when it's a mix of all the cultures that I've grew up with, even in America, with macaroni and cheese and some fried chickens and greens. I love all that, collard greens and all that. So soul food is what you grew up eating. And when I say grow up, meaning from your elementary years, your middle school, your high school, even your young adult, which is like your early 20s to mid 20s and all that. So soul food to me is all the food I grew up eating. But I understand when people from the South say soul food, that's what they're meaning. So it depends on the context what they're trying to talk about. So that's just me.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting. I grew up as the only Filipino kid in a mostly black school, black neighborhood, actually. So I was able to learn a little bit more about soul food than most people. So to me, soul food is different. Most soul food originated, coming out of plantations. The reason they eat chicken wings and chicken legs is because that's what was left for them. All the plantation owners, usually kept the breast, all the white meat, and gave all the other pieces down to the slaves and stuff. Then collard greens, that's part of soul food. Pot liquor, the leftover liquor, cornbread.
Yeah.
So to me, soul food. When I hear soul food, that's the essence of the Southern people. That's what they grew up with. That's what they knew. That's what their comfort food was. That's how they got to gather as a family.
No, you're right on, because I'm thinking of the question as a whole is like, soul food and food for the soul, and I think it's more so like food that'll actually take you back home.
Mm-hmm.
The smells, almost like where were you when you had the dish for the first time? What does this dish make you feel like? So it's like it brings you back home and centers you. It might put you in the hospital after keeping it out every day.
Yeah, it depends who made the macaroni and cheese. Like, hey man, there's some raisins in this motherfucker.
not raisins in the mac and cheese. No.
No.
It sure wasn't the chitlins that did
it. Yeah. Well, I've been lucky. We're going to talk about race later down the road. Like, I've been very lucky. I'm sure D3 and Carla and myself, Eric and Anthony have their own take, but I've been lucky to have been in a big diversity throughout my life. And I ate different kinds of food. So there are some times that, like, you know what, I want soul food. Oh, I want Korean food. Oh, I want Japanese food. Or I want Korean island food or Filipino food. So it's not like I can only eat one type of food every day, all day, every week. 365 days a week. So I've been very lucky to experience everybody's food. Mm-hmm. Have you had Peruvian food?
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if it's considered Peruvian, but I know there was like a couple Peruvian, I guess rotisserie chicken type places. So I don't know about the authenticity of that, but a couple places that I've been to, and they've had like Peruvian quote unquote rotisserie chicken and different spices and stuff like that too. I've had that.
Yeah. Have you had a real Italian food from Italy? Not from
not from Olive Garden, right?
Not from Olive Garden.
Hell no. It's way different. So short story here. I used to love Olive Garden before I moved to Japan. And Japan, they're very high fashion, love their food. When Japanese, I'm gonna tell you, when Japanese when they like something, they're 100 about it. Mm-hmm. If they want to baseball, they're baseball 100%. You know what I'm saying? If they like Journey, they're Journey 100%. They go all out. So same thing with their food. When they want to learn about Italian food, they go where? To Italy, right? And actually learn the actual recipes to do and bring it to Japan. So when I ate the first time Italian food in Japan, I'm sorry, man. Olive Garden is fucking trash.
It's like saying you want Mexican food and going to Taco Bell.
Exactly. When you eat the real stuff, especially Chinese food, I grew up eating Panda Express. I know Panda Express is the watered down version of Chinese Chinese food. I almost said white, but
emotional.
Let's be real here. Okay. Anyways, the watered down Chinese food, even though I grew up with it, when you eat actual Chinese food from China, it's different. It's way different. So, anyways,
I'm gonna tell y'all something crazy too. I had some comfort food at my in-laws. A big shout out to the Cotman family. Big shout out to them this weekend. In the support mode. It was weird because come Thanksgiving, my mom said, I don't know what's going on with me, but I've been craving a bologna sandwich. So, and I actually had one, the bar S bologna with the red stripe around.
Yeah.
It.
You gotta bite it.
Oh yeah. Had that with a piece of cheese and mustard, nothing else. Mustard, bologna, and cheese. And I was like, all is great in the world. It's like waking up Saturday and just eating a bowl of cereal just because.
Oh my God.
For me, that's what I feel comfort food is. And somebody in the comment section alluded to it earlier that comfort food is what soul food really is. And like Anthony said, it brings you back to a place of I can just have a mini vacation for right now and just feel good about my situation for the whole time that I'm eating this. And bam.
Yeah. CD Guns is saying chitlins with cornbread. I don't know about that mix.
Yeah, hot water cornbread.
Did you tell him you was chewing on the red string?
Yeah, I sure that. I was flossing with it.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Yeah, you used to got chew on that a couple times before you eat the sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you need Brooks saying a Mediterranean food is great.
Yes.
Oh yes, it is.
It is.
It is so good. Ever had a Spanish sandwich? I sure did with mustard.
Yeah.
Oh, I love mustard.
In Vegas, that had the
Love
bologna.
mustard.
Yeah. In Vegas, they had a place that has a restaurant that had a fried bologna sandwich.
What? I just saw that fried bologna sandwich.
Oh yes.
$8 sandwich. Oh my God, that sounds good. Yeah, and the fried bologna sandwich. Oh my God, that sounds good too.
That's a problem.
Ooh, Can we get some of that local?
Yeah.
That's like 400,000 calories per sandwich.
Again, with the soul food, you can't have it every day.
I know, right?
That could be trouble.
Cholesterol be through the roof.
Yep.
All right. So, Coach Anthony, he's back about that wallet. Let's talk about that. Money moves. Stand by.
All right, everybody. So my name is Anthony from the About That Wallet podcast, where I actually help you build strong financial behaviors. And today, the book I'm reading from is Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game: 7 Simple Steps to Financial Freedom. All right. Now, one of these things that I loved about Tony Robbins is that they actually do bold some of the prints that are actually pretty meaningful. So, one of the passages I'm gonna read from here is on page 212, where he says, "Attaining possessions is not the goal. Money itself is not the goal. Our worth is not measured by the weight of our bank accounts, but rather by the weight of our souls. The path to money, the places money can take us, the time and freedom and opportunity money can bring, these are what we are really after." So it goes back to what D3 was talking about, as far as having that soul food, is that, it takes you back no matter how cheap it was, when life was simple. So chasing money, does it really bring you happiness? I know D3 probably will have questions on that one, but I just want to leave you all with that passage today. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that's we're digging deep today about food, soul food.
Well, I was thinking about just a simple life. That's all we striving to be back our kids again, like when we didn't have bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, bills they were all in the mailbox and addressed to somebody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think it was maybe about 10 years ago, and you know how the seniors. Well, I used to do a lot of proms and homecomings or whatever, right? And so they're taking pictures, and they're asking for the seniors for their address, and the kids 9 out of 10 didn't know their address, mailing address.
Seniors 12th grade.
Yeah.
Really?
They didn't know their mailing address.
That's not good.
But they knew
but we grew up knowing our mailing address, because one of the first things when you go to kindergarten or first grade, right? You learn your address, blah blah. I guess they weren't taught that because they didn't use snail mail to communicate a lot, right? When we did pen pals or whatever, and it was a big deal during our elementary and middle school times. But now now we have email.
Right.
So it was like a factor, like the change in generation. Like I don't know my mailing box, my post office box, or my mailing address.
They know usernames.
Yeah, usernames.
Usernames and TikTok dances.
Yeah, I'm a Big Dick John on Instagram. That's pretty inappropriate right now for a kid to have that.
Right. You know.
No. I mean, I wear big dickies. Like, okay, whatever.
Emotional damage.
That's not what you meant.
What?
Or was it all boys love me?
Sean said my kids know my phone. That's right.
They know what?
That's good.
Right on.
Okay, raise your hand if you know your home phone number.
I don't have a home phone.
Don't have a home phone number anymore.
From your childhood.
Oh yeah.
Remember it?
I know mine.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't exist anymore in my house, so I can say the number 619-267-3381.
Yeah.
I think mine is right. So that will
749-4181. Yep.
Ooh.
I know my grandmother's phone number, and I still have it saved in my phone, but I don't remember my childhood phone number at all.
Oh man.
You said, what is that exactly?
I was like, what is that? Like, do you want a home phone? A home what?
A home what?
Who is calling me on my landline? What
the
fuck
home
is calling
fax
me?
line. Because remember, you had to get the second one for the fax.
Yeah.
Nobody's supposed to use that one.
Did you freak out when people say, "Hey, do you have a fax?" Yeah. What are you gonna do with the fax? I'm gonna shoot you this form. No, son.
Yeah.
PDF that motherfucker. Like, email me.
I know some companies are still doing fax numbers. I'm like, come on, man, really? You give me your email address, but then you're gonna send me a fax number?
Right.
Can I just email it to you in a PDF form?
Yeah, encrypted email or something like that. It's better
Yeah.
instead of doing a fax.
Cover sheet with fax. Like, no, man.
It's like telling somebody to email you and your handle is whatever at Netscape or something.
Right.
Netscape. 2000. Yeah, you can hit me up on Black Planet. Excuse me,
sir.
So Sean goes, I got the fax app.
I have the fax app too.
Yeah.
So
I had it for a second. I don't need it no more now. But yeah. All right. So let's talk about one of our we introduced a music facts from last week. Check it out. All right, random facts. Did you know when Rihanna auditioned for Jay-Z, he got her to sign a 6-album record deal with Def Jam on the spot?
Wow.
She was 17 years old at that time, Rihanna. Before he was famous, Neo wrote Mario's hit song, Let Me Love You.
Really?
Yeah. You know, Neo was a writer, producer at the time. Even Kanye West was a beat maker and producer way before he was a rapper or singer like that. So same with Lady Gaga. Remember Lady Gaga? Was a writer producer before she even became singing.
Was it Sia as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake, Aaliyah, Beyonce, and Usher all started on the U.S. TV show called. Remember?
Disney's. It was a Disney special though. Right?
Nope.
Cosby Show.
Nope. Justin Timberlake, Aaliyah, Beyonce, and Usher all started on the U.S. TV show called Star Search.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Forgot about that show.
Yeah, for real. Ed McMahon. That's right.
Ed McMahon. Yeah. All right. Britney Spears, Hit Me Baby One More Time, was originally offered to TLC. What do you say?
I said written by Ike Turner.
Probably.
Emotional.
He is on.
I think
gracious.
I think Britney has been hit too many times. Have you seen her lately? Oh man. So Britney Spears' hit song "Hit Me Baby One More Time" was actually offered to TLC, and TLC turned it down. Yeah.
I wonder how it would have sounded with all three of them too.
Hit
I
me,
wonder.
baby, one more time. I don't know. That's interesting, huh? Aaliyah, Missy Elliott once had a bet on who would wear a dress first, as neither of them wore a dress. Have you ever seen them in a dress?
You said,
Oh,
Missy Elliott.
Oh, that's true.
Freddie
Miss-
Missy Elliott.
She wore a
Aaliyah
trash bag
and
before
Missy
she wore a
Elliott.
dress.
I've seen
I've
Aaliyah
never
in a dress. I think Missy Elliott never wore one.
Really?
Now, as far as not for a music video, though.
John Legend plays the piano on Lauryn Hill's "Everything Is Everything." Yeah, it's what's his name? The guy from Neptune. What's his name?
Pharrell.
Pharrell was on that one. Oh gosh, what's the one hit song? He was saying, "Yeah, yeah." I don't know. I forgot the name of it.
You did it again?
Yeah, yeah, that song. I could do a DJ. No, 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 that song. Okay. R. Kelly, you know R. Kelly, wrote Michael Jackson's "You Are Not Alone."
Really?
that do sound like an R. Kelly
Yeah.
joint.
He wrote "Fortunate" too.
Not alone. Yeah, I can see it. Another Aaliyah. Aaliyah was originally cast as Jessica Alba's honey, but passed away before filming. Ooh.
Oh wow!
Because you remember
Oh.
Aaliyah was just becoming an actress.
Yeah.
I would have loved
I wonder how that would turn out.
Yeah. What was the last movie? Was it Queen of the Dam?
Queen of the Dam, yeah.
Yeah. And then she was in that one with DMX.
Yeah.
And,
Cradle to the Grave. Is that the one?
yeah, and Jet Li. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jet Li.
Yeah, Romeo Must Die.
Oh, is it Romeo Must Die?
Yeah, it was all of them.
TLC. Back to TLC. TLC were originally named. What do you think? What was the original name of TLC?
I think I know this one. Chili sauce.
Don't burn the house. TLC was originally named Second Nature.
I'm glad they changed it.
I'm glad
I
they
don't
changed it.
Yeah, I'm glad they changed it. Between 1997 and 1999, Usher appeared on 4 episodes of Moesha.
Oh, I forgot about that show.
Yeah, I don't know why he never started really acting, because he did. He was a great actor. He was an okay actor, not the best actor, but he could have gone that way. You know, been an actor like Moesha.
Yeah.
And lastly, here, 13-year-old Lauryn Hill was booed performing at Apollo's Amateur Night in 1987.
Remember that. Remember that.
How you gonna boo a 13-year-old though?
I mean, they did that to Destiny's Child, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily they were able to block it out and believe in themselves.
Move on, right?
Yeah. Lauryn Hill. What was the original group name of Destiny's Child?
Now I just saw it the other day. I don't remember.
You remember that? Everybody know who are Destiny Child fans out there?
H-Town's finest.
Baby.
Three Harmony TLC group name. Yep. Nope. So Destiny's first group name was Girl Times.
That's right, because they talked about that on Star Search. They Beyonce used that for her
Destiny's Children. No, it was Girl Times.
It's pronounced cheering. Destiny's cheering.
Yeah, I could see Aaliyah in Honey. That would have been kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
with Mariah Carey.
With Mariah Carey. Yeah. Anyways, well, that's random facts, music facts. We'll have more again next week. But yeah, 13-year-old Lauryn Hill, I could see it, because like some people just don't grow into their music, persona. Even though you can sing, doesn't mean you're a great singer. Does that make sense?
Oh, you haven't reached that sweet spot yet, or something.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You need that disappointment to drive you.
Jasmine Sullivan's still trying to find hers.
Yeah. Well,
That's
you can sing, but
ugly.
no passion. Yeah, no passion.
Right. You said Jasmine Sullivan?
Uh-huh.
All right, she gonna bust the window.
Yeah, there's-
keep on.
It's a rare trait for someone so young to sing, like Michael Jackson when he sang, "Well, I'll be there." Like, how do you know those feelings you've never had a girlfriend, or you never had.
Right.
So I mean, it's just like the lead singer on the Jets. She said she was singing that stuff at like 12 years old, and Monica. They were all singing those type of songs.
Right.
They've been through the experience. That's a lot of talent.
Yeah. Brittany, hit me, baby, one more time.
That's how you can tell that they didn't write their own material.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right. That is Random Music Facts. We'll be back next week for that. All right. So we had a very, I don't know, how do I say this? Historical.
HWY doesn't get enough credit.
Oh, yeah.
She needs it too.
She got a voice.
Who's that? Kiki Wyatt?
Yeah.
Who's Kiki Wyatt?
Voice.
Kiki Wyatt. She's about to have her 11th child.
And she sings a lot of songs with her own songs, but she sings with Avant too.
Yeah, Avant. Avant. Long As I Live.
Oh, okay.
You remember that song?
So I think who was it? T-Pain was saying something like, nowadays people don't write albums.
They don't.
They write singles.
They don't drop something. I mean, they dropped singles back in the day, but it seemed like it was a single that was introducing an album or something.
Right.
Yeah. And they said, like, to put a single out and promote it and put it on radio and get it popular, it took about $200,000 just to take a single and make it popular. So do you think nowadays with YouTube and Spotify and TikTok that people with just a single can make and break their career?
Yeah, you think about it, they got people that got one-hit wonders. Name two songs. Think about it. Name two songs by I'll say three songs. Name three songs by Terrence Trent D'Arby. I only know two.
Ring a bell.
Wishing Well and Sign Your Name.
Wishing Well.
That's it. And think about it, that was all on the same album, but a lot of times you got more. I guess if you think about it, you got more slugs out there, more misses. So if you can do like Master P did, just come out with one song, sell that song, and you're good. You don't really have to deal with record labels and all their BS. What comes with them,
exactly.
You can just sell it yourself.
I mean, like what one hit wonders, like Outkast. Did you see that on TikTok? He said one hit wonders, Outkast.
What?
Who said that?
What?
Some kid on TikTok was going through like different videos, and he called out R. Kelly, Outkast. Like, what the fuck? People were like,
one hit wonder. What?
No, damn it.
What's that song that Paul McCartney did with somebody, and they were like, something like, "Who was Paul McCartney?"
Well, that guy was going to be pretty good. Like,
yeah.
Michael Jackson
I know you're talking about.
Michael Jackson.
That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was either last year or a couple years ago or something like that.
It was for one of those bookstores or something, right?
Huh?
It was for one of those bookstores.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I have to look it up, but yeah. I was like, Paul McCartney, are you kidding me?
It's the Beatles.
Right.
They're like the /1 groups
in
history
in the world with hits. Yeah. I mean, crazy. Well, it's just people that not influenced by other music, even older generation that's still around. They're like, oh, who's that? All they know is TikTok and YouTube. So they don't know like Journey. They don't know like, I mean, I have people like this in their 30s don't know who Journey is. Right? Until I play the song. Just a young town girl.
Oh yeah, that's a song for the Sopranos. No.
Yeah, it's from Glee, right? It's from Glee. Gunn says, I was disappointed when I first realized that the artists didn't write their own songs. Yeah.
At first I felt that way when I was younger. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, some people you can write something for somebody that can convey it and that can do it better than you, or or they can tell the story for you the way you want it told or sang or something like that. Yeah. So I think that's why I've been able to embrace that.
I think that's what makes us appreciate who you spoke about earlier, Neo. He did songs that maybe he felt that him personally, he didn't have a career yet, so he figured he would write something for somebody else to get his foot in the door as an artist, which is pretty cool. And he's still getting paid more money for being a writer than an artist himself.
Mhm.
And it's less strenuous if you think about
Yeah.
it. He doesn't have to worry about going on stage or getting ridiculed or anything like that.
So let me put a scenario. Would Whitney Houston still be Whitney Houston if she was not given the song "I Will Always Love You"? Of course, we all know, I said last week, it was written by Dolly Parton, and she actually sang it before Dolly Parton, but Dolly Parton also gave it to Whitney Houston and sang "I Will Always Love You."
You said, would she be that person?
Yeah, would Whitney be Whitney?
Whitney would still be Whitney because
Whitney would still be Whitney.
She had a vocal background before that song came out. So
but
you look at her first album, she was still
But how important was that song in her career? Because that's the song like everybody knows. That's
I Will Always Love You, the greatest love of all.
Well, no, she has a lot of songs, but
she's saying
one of many.
Think about when the national anthem.
Yeah.
She was one of the best that did it.
Right.
So I mean, Whitney, that wasn't the only song. I mean, I like that song, but that's not that's not like her greatest song by for me.
No. My favorite song by her was "Where Do Broken Hearts Go."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why I love him.
Yeah. No, but basically what we're saying is that other people would write for artists all the time. Your greatest singers out there had lots of other writers. David Foster was one of them. He sang a lot of songs. He was from with Peter Cetera and Chicago, not Chicago, but the other group, Genesis, not Genesis. It was Genesis.
Eagles.
No.
Eagles. Is it Eagles? Yeah, I think it's Eagles.
Yeah. Or Chicago. No, it was Chicago. Sorry. Peter Cetera, Chicago, David Foster. Yeah. Anyways. But anyways, did you know that David Foster also wrote songs for Earth, Wind, and Fire too? So every group goes to that point where like, hey, D3. Yeah,
Shaka
D3.
Khan.
Yeah. Shaka Khan. D3, you got a song for me? What are you going to do? Say no?
And that's what gets me too. If you think about it, if you listen to Otis Redding, any of his songs, you can sit back and be like, man, he sung the hell out of that song. But I know good and well that no man went through all of that he went through. But he sung his heart out on all them songs. So somebody else had to be writing, or they were really hurting. So you can't expect one person to go through the hurt that he was going through in a lot of them songs. So, but maybe he just, and some of them songs that he does to me are just, I call them leave them alone songs. Some songs that people make, they do them so good that if they're remade, you're like, ugh, no, leave that alone.
Oh, but what about Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis?
Yeah, they did. They wrote "Tender Love." That was for 4MDs.
For 4MDs.
Mary J. Blige songs. They did.
A lot of songs that they wrote, they weren't gonna sing it themselves. But their musicians.
Babyface wrote for a lot of people.
Oh,
and Babyface gave "End of the Road" to Michael Bivins, and Michael Bivins gave it to Boyz II Men. Now they're known for that song. So
Brian McKnight's nasty with his writing too. I mean,
so it's not a surprise that rappers, right, don't write all their stuff. So are we giving flack to Drake because he has ghostwriters? I mean,
comedians have ghostwriters.
Right, Kevin Hart. Yeah,
that's Chris Rock.
Not just Kevin Hart. I mean, the best, like Richard Pryor, a lot of them.
And then if you
Wanda Sykes write for Chris Rock. If you actually listen to a lot of Chris Rock stuff, like their delivery is exactly the same.
Remember, she was on his show that used to be on HBO.
Yeah.
You can play the emotional damage one more time for CD Guns.
Emotional damage.
But if you think about it too, a lot of these comedy shows, they actually have writers. So the comedians that are starring in the shows, they have a group of writers, more than one. Just like Paul Mooney used to write for Richard Pryor and stuff like that too. And Richard Pryor is considered a GOAT. So by default, Paul Mooney's a beast.
Yes. I think with comedy is a little bit different. But with Kevin Hart being so busy and all that, he does have writers in his team. This was it's like TV shows. He's an all around entertainment kind of guy, and he has people like, hey, what joke will work? Help me out, blah blah blah. He pays them. So if the people who are writing it are okay with giving jokes or adding jokes or pieces to the person who's on top, why not, right? So same thing with what's her name, Cardi B. I think 99%. No, I think all the time, all her music was not written by her. It's written by other people. So
Not all her music. She wrote a lot. She wrote a lot of her
she wrote
music,
some.
especially in the
Okay.
beginning.
She does. Yeah, she does.
Yeah. But I think one of her top hits were not written by her or collaborations or whatever like that. Yeah. Cool. All right. So let's move on here to what's trending right now. And we'll talk about one of the things I want to talk about real quick. I know we can talk a whole podcast on this. Hold
About
on.
music, yeah.
Yeah. I played the wrong one. Hold on. So, man, I don't know how to ask this. So, basically, when did you notice about race? You know, it's never too early to talk with children about race, right? I think so, but it never really come up in my time, especially my parents were immigrants, and I'm a first generation American. Infant as young as 6 years old can recognize differences in skin color. By age 2.5, research has shown children prefer playmates who are similar in race and gender, and as early as age 3, they are forming judgments about people based on racial differences. When children learn and hear and witness from family members and friends and others in their communities about race plays a major role in how they view people who are different from them, according to Yale experts. So, when did you? I'm trying to think. When did I actually realize? Oh, I'm Filipino. Oh, you're black. Oh, you're Korean. Or when did you realize race was a factor in your life?
For me, I would say
Yes.
in elementary school, and it didn't really dawn on me until later why I recognized it, and it was being recognized by the people in my neighborhood as well as my elders, because one of the rules was, yeah, go outside and play, but you better be on this porch by the time the street light comes on.
Mhm.
And I didn't know the meaning behind all of that until I got older.
Mm,
So I knew about race because, okay, well, this is the neighborhood that we live in, and our next door neighbor who is white, they are just like us. They do the same thing. They struggle. They succeed and everything just like we do. But there's still certain parameters that I need to focus on as far as me being able to make it to my next birthday. So that's where I think that's where it actually kicked in. And there were little talks that my mom would give me is about, okay, well, you being this little brown boy, there might not everybody, but there's going to be people out there that automatically assume that you're inferior or you're dumb or anything like that. So you show them how smart you really are. And the light bulb really didn't click until I got older, but I understood what race was, that I was considered to be different because I
yeah.
was a little bit darker, which doesn't mean it was a handicap. It just means it was different.
How old were you that time? You said.
I would say probably about 7 or 8,
Mhm.
something like that.
Wow. How about you guys? When did you kind of figure out like people are different from you?
For me, it was middle school.
Middle school.
Because growing up, I think we weren't around any white people until about middle school.
What?
And then so around that time frame, it was like, okay, well, I just saw them as everybody else. And I haven't even understood about the ramifications or anything like that, the difference between each other, because we were all just, kids having fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And plus the parents weren't too different. We were all poor. So we just all out there playing in the dirt like everybody else. Somebody get a bike, hey, we sharing the bike. Somebody get a pair of skates, we sharing the skates. Like,
Yeah.
that's the only people that seemed different were the ones who were the only child. That's what we were looking at as kids. And then you start seeing the major differences until I'll say maybe not even high school. For me, college. That's when I really started seeing the major difference. But
Yeah.
growing up, no.
So I was lucky. Growing up as a Navy kid, right? My dad did 28 years, and we moved around all over the Pacific and all that. So I was grew up in a school or an environment where there's all kinds of kids. San Diego was Mexican, there was white, there was black, and I was best friends with all the races. It was never a factor in my parents never like said, "Don't be friends with that guy because he's Mexican or he's black or whatever." None of that, right? Not until you know what I'm going to tell you. Actually, crazy. Not until I was seventh grade. Now I'm not trying to boast about me. I'm humble here, right? So I had every cutie after me. So look, every race. So I had a girl. She was Creole. I mean, I don't know what Creole was, but to me, she was black, right? She liked me. She kind of stalked me. She was always around me. And my mom said, one day, no lie, and I love my mom and dad. I don't think they mean any harm. Seventh grade, they said, my dad told me, if you date a black girl, we will disown you.
Wow.
That hit me like a ton of bricks because I was like, what the fuck? I never felt any racism with my family. I never felt anything towards me, or because I've been around military kids all my life. I've never had that. That was a factor until I was seventh grade. I think I was maybe 13, maybe 12, 13 years old. But that hit me like a ton of bricks. We're still friends to this day. But she was Creole, so I don't know.
Your dad are still friends, or?
Huh?
You say you and your dad are still friends? You and a girl?
Yeah, we're friends.
Oh.
Yeah, but my mom and dad they grew up in the Philippines. They grew up as what I'm saying, and I don't think I think like they see me now dating, and they're like, well, I'm trying to think of all the excuses, or you might have this girl until you graduate high school. No, we're just seventh grade. Like saying, just likes me. But it hit me. That's the one time like I felt that. That's the first time ever. And of course, as you get older from middle school, high school, then you start seeing the differences of white and black and all that. I've met kids who are like, oh, I've never met a Filipino or I never met a black person in my life until I came to Korea, whatever. So, but I don't think they meant it in a way where, because I've never felt that from my parents. I never heard that from my parents. They just said this girl was always around me. I don't know, fear of the unknown, fear of me having kids. I don't know. I'm seventh grade, so I'm not sure what happened.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Have you heard about certain things that Creole women can do to men? Maybe that's what Dad was thinking.
Probably.
She put her drawers on your head and you can't leave the house.
Probably some of the voodoo stuff.
Make your pot of spaghetti.
Red sauce.
Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I got a cousin that said he married a Creole girl.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he ate dinner, and the next thing you know, he couldn't say no to nothing.
Really?
They got married. Oh yeah.
I mean, or wake up with your head little.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
Like, damn, see, I got a little grape.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't notice about race until that time, and I was already 13 years old, and it wasn't against me. It was like within my family of like, will disown me. The fuck, Well, my dad also said, I'll disown you if you get that earring in your ear, right? So I did it anyways. I got an earring in my ear. He didn't disown me. So, so you outweigh the two things. He didn't really mean it, He just not knowing, Yeah. How about you, Eric?
Elementary school. So you remember my old neighborhood?
Yeah.
Way back. Yeah, see, but before that neighborhood, we were in the Navy housings. My dad was in the Navy. And so the elementary school I went to was very diverse. We had everybody in that school. Then my parents bought a house. It was a brand new house, had a good price on it. He just didn't know it was in not a so great part of town. So we moved in over there, and my first day in school, I found out I was the only Filipino kid in that school. First time they've ever seen a Filipino kid. They thought I was Japanese when I first got there. And when, the teacher said, no, he's Filipino. They're like, what is that? But that didn't bother me. I enjoyed that. But what bothered me and where I first started feeling race is when it was time to go home. If I was not home at right after the bell rang, my mom would call the police. Thinking someone kidnapped me or something on the way home. When I remember there were a couple of times she forgot to pick me up when I was at the Navy housing. And I got in trouble, because my mom was looking for me. But I also experienced some of the best hospitality, I want to say, because my friend would bring me over to his house, which is a couple houses down from my mom's house, and they would bring me in, and they would treat me with that Southern welcome, and so I would end up staying over there, and I forget about the time, and then next thing you know, I hear my name being called out in the middle of the street, and police are looking for me, and my mom's looking for me. Yeah. And my mom would say, "You never do that again. This is not a good neighborhood. You can't trust anybody around here." That kind of hurt me, because my friend was real nice to me, his family was real nice to me. And I felt race at that time. And then again in high school. So after we left that school and we moved to a different neighborhood, and when I got to that school, it was predominantly Filipino. And by that time, I was already junior high school. I wasn't used to being around Filipinos. So when I got there, they could tell right away. And so I didn't hang around Filipinos at that school. And it took me a while to fit in with everybody. So I felt race then, even from my own race, just because I didn't dress the same as them. I didn't talk with them. I didn't grow up with a lot of them. And I was hanging around, I guess in that school was the minorities at the time. And they treated me like one too. So. Can't hear you.
With me and Eric, we have that kind of in between because we're first generation American. Our parents were immigrants who joined the military, and we came over here. So the reason why I got from my parents why they didn't teach us the language is because they wanted us to be more Americanized.
True.
They want us to have not have an accent, and so at home they spoke to us in English. So we didn't learn Tagalog or Filipino. I didn't learn it until I was in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? So we feel, me and Eric feel also we're not Filipino enough because we don't know entirely our language, and double-edged sword, we're not American enough because we don't look American. I go, well, number one, how does an American look like? And we get that from the Asian side, the Filipino side. We get that from the American side. They said, "What are you?" I'm American. No. What are you? Like, the fuck? I'm American. my passport says American. So what are you trying to ask me? I know it's sometimes it's a joke or it's a controversy. What are you asking me? If you're black or you're white and you ask that person, "What are you?" I'm American. It's done, right? They understood that you're American. But an Asian American would say, "I'm American." No, what are you? Like, the fuck? Just ask me what you're trying to ask me, right? Because my nationality is American, right? My race is Filipino, right? And we go down further. So sometimes it's like that on all sides. So we're like in between. We're not Filipino enough and we're not American enough. So
right.
And that I experienced that as an adult.
What do you mix with?
Yeah,
because me personally, I've been asked, what do I mix with? Because my hair is a certain way. And me being the nice, cool person that I am, I just tell them the truth. I'm mixed with whiskey.
There you go. Well, today I'm mixed with whiskey. Ask tomorrow.
Yeah. You gonna ask somebody that?
Yeah.
But as you can see, I can say I grew up with Carla because I grew up, in my 30s with her. We did experience a lot of things. We have a lot of mutual friends. And so I take on my personality and my character, and to talk about cultural appropriation. Well, that's how I grew up. That's how I talk. I'm so diverse that I pick up certain words from different different countries that I come from, whether it be Philippines, Guam, Korea, Japan, in the military, people I knew from Jamaica, people I knew from Puerto Rico, Mexico. So there's some, what do you call that, characteristics that I would pick up from everybody. And that's not saying, oh, you're trying to act Puerto Rican or you're trying to act black. So, no, that's just the language that I heard growing up. You know what I'm saying? So even that me saying, you know what I'm saying, that's just the language that I picked up growing up. So it's not cultural appropriation. How can you do that? They give like Bruno Mars shit, a lot of times because
no, that's a bunch of BS.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't understand how they can say it's culturally appropriating somebody else when you're a part of that culture. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's like somebody tell me, "Oh well, you shouldn't be going back to what we talked about earlier. You what are you eating soul food for?"
Exactly.
Because I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Done and done.
Stop sagging your pants. Back then we sagged our pants. We didn't sag our pants to our butt crack all the way down, but where you get shit stains. But we had hip hop. We had hip hop in us. R&B. People think I'm Arabic or Puerto Rican sometimes. Yeah,
they do think that's this is Dorsey's brother.
Yeah,
but yeah, they do, because people be trying to talk to me to get to him, and they be like, "Well, where's he, like Middle Eastern or something?" And I was like, "No, he's black."
They say he look like DJ Khaled.
Emotional damage.
Oh man,
another one. You got that Arab. You got that Arab money. The Arab money. Yeah. So I mean, you don't know where people are from. We're all mixed and all that. But I think culturally, people, it's I cringe when people say I don't see color. Fuck you. You better see my color. You know what I'm saying? I hate people who say that. I know a good half of them mean well, but don't say that. Why? Because I want to know if your family is Irish. Be proud of that. I want to know if you are you're from Africa, like Nigeria or South Africa, whatever. I want to know. I want you to know that I'm Filipino because I embrace my culture because I know my culture. Unfortunately, when we say black or white, a lot of white and a lot of black were stolen. They don't know their identity, and that's the tragedy. And that's why we still have that black and American label, right? Because if you knew, then there's only very few of you guys know exactly where your parents are from, your grandparents are from.
Who's you guys?
You gotta think about it. It's like you can't go more than no more than maybe 4 generations for most black people.
Yeah.
For white people you can go back at least easy 8 to 10.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of it has been lost. So when people say, "Oh yeah, we've had this farm in our family for like half a century."
Yep.
We'd be lucky if we could say we got this house for about a decade. Like,
yeah.
What is that? So, yeah, it's tough.
Do you guys ever wonder like how far can I go back and like actually pinpoint where my great grandparents are from?
I don't want to, honestly. So like part of me, I'm curious, and then the other part of me is like, how mad do I really want to get? I was going to do the ancestry thing one time. It's like I might come up with some sales receipts or something from us. I ain't ready for all of that. That's emotional damage right there.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to the African American Museum in DC and you see some of that stuff, and you see where they're selling babies and taking babies away. No, I can't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I cannot. But I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to play victim and carry on stuff constantly, but you should. The history that we were taught growing up is disturbing because it wasn't our history. It was like people were ashamed of their history, so they sugarcoated stuff, and we thought that Thomas Jefferson and all these other guys were like war heroes or heroes and all that stuff. That's how we were taught. And then now that I've gotten older, I'm like, that's so messed up. Like, you're gonna steal us, teach us your history, but I digress.
Yeah. I feel like Southern food, soul food is part of your culture because that's
It
the
is,
culture
and it's delicious.
the
But right
It
now,
past
is
low carb.
100, 200, 200,
low carb.
200 years. So I think America is unique as
Yeah,
far as the black
I agree.
experience because you have created within 3 or 400 years, your
Mhm.
own culture, your own customs and courtesies and all that. And that's why black, it's the same thing saying I'm Filipino because black is very unique American to America. So,
What,
you
but you
know,
know what? Go back to what Unique said something that really stuck out to me. That was my painful experience in the Black community is that I was separated from my own. It was like two different races in the Black community. You was light skin, dark skin.
It still is
It
because
well,
you
still
can
is.
you can go
still
online
is,
and some
still
people will
is.
say
Yeah.
that somebody that's light complected isn't black enough to make decisions or anything like that that might affect the other people within that culture. Or somebody might say, "Oh, that person's too dark." If you can go online right now, you'll see that's what light skinned people do, but that's what dark skinned people do. And me personally,
Right.
I'm like, nah,
Yeah. Dark
I ain't
skinned
with that at
people
all.
were we
I ain't
were
with it at all.
considered like dumber sometimes,
Yeah,
or
colorism, like Unique was saying.
yeah. So it was always like, I mean, and it still is for some people. I mean, me, you know, I can say I don't see color in my race. Like I don't see light skin, dark skin in my race. Yeah, I do put memes up and stuff like that, but hey, it's memes. But anyway, but as far as like growing up, yeah, I was treated really bad by a lot of people
Yeah,
that
yeah.
were not my complexion.
Oh yeah, it's in Asia too. Trust me. You can see in South America a lot of the entertainers, or singers, whatever, are light complected. They have the lighter you are, the more beautiful you're assumed to be, right?
Yeah, Okinawa and Tokyo.
Yep.
You look at those two, whatever, and people like the people from the United States a lot of times don't know that Okinawans and the Japanese folks in Tokyo totally different. Like
Wow.
I was in Okinawa first. I was at Kadena first,
Yeah.
and when I was there, I learned a little bit of the language. Came over to Tokyo. When I got over to Yokota, they're like, "What? What did she just say?" I'm like,
Hi,
"Wow."
Sai. Hi, Sai.
I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I know. So, would you guys would you would have you met an African? You have friends who are Africans?
Yep.
oh
And have you
yeah,
have you like talked about race between being African and Black American or Black African
oh
or
yeah,
African American and the
absolutely,
difference? Yeah, and the difference between an African American and an African,
absolutely.
from Africa. Um, do you feel like sometimes they would discriminate against you guys because I'm African?
Oh yeah, I've had that happen. We just
You know.
talked about it in another show. I've had that happen. I've actually had an African guy say to me, he don't even know why, guys like me. But I mean, yeah, he would say like some crazy stuff, or he would say stuff like, Black Americans are lazy and all this other kind of stuff. Like, motherfucker, we tired. We've been working. You just came over
For
here
free.
for free. Yeah, get out of my face.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it means some of those you gotta check. Some
Yeah.
people you just gotta kind of check and just like let it go. But yeah, we still get that. So,
All right. All right, guys. So that is about race. I know we can talk another whole podcast about
Oh heck
that,
yeah.
but that is our experience. I'm fortunate that I've been around different races and I haven't dealt with different parts of countries, that has predominantly all white, all
mhm.
black, or whatever, or racism. Pretty much. So it's very tame. I'm very lucky, but I know it's out there. It happens. So the biggest, before we go, I really wanted to touch the biggest story that we had is finally, after how much? 233 years, we finally have a Supreme Court Justice, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, proclaimed, confirmed as the next Supreme Court justice in the highest land. And I don't want to go too deep into what she had to go through and answer questions with the Republicans and Democrats. It's still a tragedy that they went through that. But as you know, as they confirmed, and is it Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm saying it right. She when she confirmed her, a lot of the a good portion of the senators in GOP walked out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they walked out. So I want to show you guys a just a highlight of her speech, confirmation speech here. Somebody.
You may write me down in history.
Oh, sorry. Wrong one.
Achieved something far beyond anything my grandparents could have possibly ever imagined. But no one does this on their own. The path was cleared for me so that I might rise to this occasion. And in the poetic words of Dr. Maya Angelou, I do so now while bringing the gifts my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. So as I take on this new role, I strongly believe that this is a moment in which all Americans can take great pride. We have come a long way toward perfecting our union.
All right, give it up for Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, and I want to leave you guys with part of the whole actual poem by Maya Angelou to walk us out. So thank you guys for hanging out. CD Guns, Unique Brooks, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Stand by. Mark,
you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just because I laugh, as if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words, you can cut me with your lies, you can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life, all right. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise that I dance?
Mm-hmm.
As if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling and bearing in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, wow. There I go.
All right, guys. Happy Sunday, everybody. Highway 54. That is it for us. Thank you so much. My name is DJ Kid Mango, DJ Mr. A, Carla, D3, and Anthony from About That Wallet. Every Wednesday live. At what time?
We're going to keep it rolling at 7 p.m. for now. Might be.
He's going to take a shot at the top of the hour.
Yes. Take a shot.
Whoa.
Yep. If you guys want to help us out, really, we enjoy you guys coming in our live stream. But like us, share, subscribe. That will help us immensely to get our subscribers up, and share and like. And like we said, we invite everybody who wants to come in and join us, be a panel on our guests. And if you got any ideas, let us know. Let Carla know. Let D3 know. Eric, myself, and Anthony. And we are more than happy to entertain any topics. Carl, I don't know where you're at, Carl. You're texting me all week. You're supposed to be here today. Calling you out. All right, guys. Thank you much. Everybody having a birthday. Thank you, guys. Unique, Brooks, CD Guns. Who else is there?
Oh,
Tanya.
And my brother Sean the Maker.
I think we got Melissa
Mark.
and Mark out there too. So,
And
thank
Mama
you.
Barbara
Mark and
was
Glory.
She was watching, her internet went down. She was
I didn't see Mama Barbara out there.
Yeah, her internet was going up and down.
Oh, okay.
Wayne Brown. What's up, cuz?
I think your mom was on there
Azim.
too. At the early.
Oh, my mom was there too? Oh, I didn't see it. You're checking me out. All right, guys. Thank you. This is Highway 54. Thank you so much for checking out and being a part of this nice broadcast. See you guys.
This episode is powered by...
Man, I'm all over.
We hope you enjoyed the show today. Do us a favor and click on the like button or share our podcast. Thanks for listening. Till next time, we are